welcome to DIY with Nancy. Well, today I'm going to show you how I make zucchini fritters. They almost look like little pancakes. They're simple ingredients. And for those of you who don't know what zucchini fritters are, they're made out of this flour that's attached to the zucchini when it grows. Now, if you have a garden and you're growing some zucchinis, there's an orange flower or blossom that's attached to that. You use those flowers to make these zucchini fritters. Now, luckily, my mother-in-law has a beautiful backyard with a lot of vegetables growing, one of them being zucchinis, and she picks these flowers and she makes these zucchini fritters. And luckily, she brought me some zucchini flowers from her garden, and I've decided to show you how to make these zucchini fritters. They're very simple. You can have them at room temperature. You can eat them at room temperature. You can have them hot, cold. You can have them for an appetizer or a snack. They're delicious and simple, and I'm going to show you how to make zucchini fritters step by step.
Now here are the ingredients that I'll be using for the zucchini fritters. I have zucchini blossoms. I have about 12 here. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cups of water. You may need a little bit more or less, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Now for the first step, I'm going to clean out the zucchini blossom or flower. And you can see that they open up, they have a stem in the middle. You can see it right in there. And I'm just going to now remove the stem. I'm just going to cut the end of it. And I'm going to cut it carefully because I don't want to ruin my blossom. And there's some leaves at the end as well. I'm going to remove those. You can see them. I'm going to remove one by one. I don't want to tear the whole blossom. And once I have those leaves out, I'm going to open up the blossom and remove the center of the stem, just like that. See, it's right in there. I'm just going to carefully tear it out, just as I'm doing here. And I'm going to discard that, and it's all ready. It's open and clean. There's no stems in the middle or leaves. And I'm just going to now set that aside and move on to the next one. I'm going to do that for all of the blossoms before we move on to the next step. Now that I have all the blossoms cleaned out, I'm going to rinse them through water and move on to the next step. Now I've rinsed each individual blossom through water, cleaned them out nicely. I've placed them in a colander, and I have a bowl underneath for the excess water. And you can see there's some excess water in there. And I'm going to move on to the next step. Now for the next step, I'm going to take each blossom, I'm going to 2 or 3, and then I'm just going to cut them into smaller pieces, just like this. I have the blossoms all cut up in small pieces, and now I'm ready to move on to the next step. Now for the next step, I'm going to start off by preparing the batter. And I'm going to start off with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm adding about a teaspoon of salt, and you can add more salt later on if you find that you need a little more. And now at this point, I'm going to add the water. And I'm going to add the water gradually. So I'm going to start off with 4 tablespoons of water. I'm going to place it all in there. And then I'm going to start mixing it together. And once I see the consistency, and I want it like almost a paste, and I don't want it too wet, so I'm going to add the water gradually. Now as I'm mixing, I can see the batter is still thick. I'm definitely going to add the balance of the water. I'm still going to add it gradually because I like to make sure I have the perfect consistency. Eventually, I'll have a thick, runny batter because I still need to add the blossom flowers that we've chopped up earlier. And that will thicken up the batter a little bit as well. Now, just to thin out the batter, I'm going to use a whisk and whisk it together. and I just have a little bit of water left. I'm going to add the balance of that water, so that's about an additional spoon and a little bit. Going to add that in, and then now I'm going to stir it, and the batter will loosen up, and it's coming together nicely. Now at this stage of mixing the batter, if you feel you need to add 1 more tablespoon of water, by all means go ahead and place it in. Now at this point I'm going to add the chopped up blossoms, place it right into the flour mixture, and I'm going to just switch from my whisk to my wooden spoon. And now I'm going to incorporate the zucchini blossoms with the flour batter. And once it's well combined, I'm going to be ready to fry these zucchini fritters. Now, you can see that this batter is a very simple batter. I've just added salt. My mother-in-law did say, you know, Nancy, there's some people that add cheese and egg and, you know, black pepper. By all means, you can add that. But this is the way she made it, and this is the way I'm going to show you because they taste absolutely delicious. Now here's the zucchini blossom batter. It's ready to be fried up. So let's move over to the stove and fry up these babies. Now for the next step, I have some vegetable oil heating in the pan, and I have a plate with some paper towel to place the fritters. And we're just going to wait until the oil heats up. Okay, now I'm ready to fry up the fritters, and I'm just simply using 2 tablespoons to take the batter and place it into the fry pan. And you're going to form into a small little pancake shape. I generally make them smaller so you can serve them like a little appetizer or a snack. They're the perfect size. If you want them bigger, just add more batter. So once I have the batter in the fry pan, I let them fry for about 2 to 3 minutes, and once they're nice and golden brown, I flip them over and I place them on the other side for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then they're done. And I just place them onto the plate with the paper towel, and you can eat them hot or at room temperature. They're simple but so delicious, and I'm going to show you what they look like when they're finished. Okay, now the fritters are almost done. I've been frying them for about 3 minutes on one side. You can see it has a nice golden brown color. I'm going to fry them for another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side, and they're done. Here are my zucchini blossom fritters, all done. Very quick and easy. It's a simple recipe. Look at them. They're amazingly delicious, and of course I'm going to show you what they look like inside, and I'm just going to open one up. You can see the zucchini blossom in there. Now these fritters are crispy on the outside and moist on the inside. And there you have it. That's how I make zucchini fritters. I want to thank my mother-in-law for providing me those beautiful zucchini flowers this past weekend, and I hope you all enjoyed the recipe. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care.